there are only a few bikes that have really turned heads in recent weeks and months. And I must say that the Factor 1 is the worst kept secret in the cycling world. I'm happy. Maybe in these few words you can see why. I've got my voice back, almost. It's a lot better than yesterday, and I'm finding that I've got my intonation and expressiveness sort of back. It's less monotonous. I have less stuttering and breaks between words. I can get my plosives out a lot better, but things are still a little bit slow. So I think I'm about 90% back, which makes me very happy. Today's vlog, which is the hottest bike on the market right now? Like for 2026, which is the go-to, like you look at it at the cafe and you go, damn, that's one bike I wish I had. Perfect segue to this story. I was on my walk yesterday, and just after vlogging, I bumped into Shane, and Shane rides for WAC Racing. The guys in the orange tops, they're a brilliant bunch. Some very nice guys there, and some very fast guys at WAC Racing. They're popular here in Perth, and they used to have this very iconic kit, very nice gold and white. Reminds you of a cigarette brand, the Marlboro, and they would ride out, and it was a very iconic, very recognizable kit. They have this orange kit now, which is also very recognizable. Anyways, I bumped into Shane and we had a chat, and he goes like, I just bought a new bike. And I'm like, you didn't buy the Factor 1, did you? And he said, I sure did. You know, he is like the fourth person I personally know who has bought a Factor 1, and I'm starting to get FOMO. And Shane was like, yeah, all I do is just 4 a.m. river loops. It's flat. So, and he also said it's the coolest bike in town right now. So I'm here to ask a question, you know, right now, whatever you're doing on your computer or your phone or your iPad or even your TV, if you think the Factor 1 is the coolest bike around, I just want you to drop a comment below if you agree or disagree. Right, Factor 1 is the coolest, or no, I don't agree. There are only a few bikes that have really turned heads in recent weeks and months. And I must say that the Factor 1 is the worst kept secret in the cycling world, at least in the bike industry. It was first revealed at Eurobike, raced, I think it was at the Vuelta, I can't remember. IPT had it, and it won on a sprint stage. And it had these really crazy, massive, deep forks. Anyways, Factor 1. It's got wow factor, it looks different, it's got this redesign. They've lowered the bottom bracket, pushed the front wheel out in order to get a very stable geometry based on modern cycling trends like shorter cranks and wider tires. So apart from the Factor 1, what other bikes have got this wow factor? I think the first one to really give a lot of wow was none other than the Y1RS by Colnago. Colnago's very different design with the seat stay Think of the correct Madone but stretched out in weird ways. Yeah. Oh man, the correct Madone, or the Madonda as people like to say. Man, when it first came out, it had a lot of fanfare, didn't it? People would say the baguette holder. The Asians will say the banh mi holder. Yeah. And that one came up with a lot of fanfare. I remember, but it's a little bit old now. It's over a year since it came out. So I think the correct Madone has kind of lost its shine a little bit. But the Colnago Y1RS still has some appeal because it's a bike that's pretty much an all-rounder. Not crazy aero like the Factor 1, but still very, very aerodynamic, especially with its bayonet front end, the fork. So the idea of the bayonet fork and the front end, the nose, is that wherever you're turning, the pointy end of the bike is going straight into the wind. So whichever direction, you don't have to contend with weird yaw angles hitting the front. So I think it's pretty brilliant. Although you get a lot of shit stuck in there. I don't own one, so I can't comment. Okay, so we got the Factor 1 as a contender. At the end, I'll give you my thoughts. Factor 1 as a contender. We've got the Colnago Y1RS as a definite contender. The other one I would say is the venerable Cervelo S5. The Cervelo S5 has been the gold standard among cyclists in terms of speed in the pro peloton. They were the first ones to come out with the weird Y-shaped handlebars, but theirs was like a Y shape with like a bridge in the middle. And then Colnago came out with theirs, removing the middle section. And initially, I guess we thought it would be really flexy, but they've obviously designed it well enough that no one's complaining. At least no one's complaining online. And then you got the Factor 1, which has a very similar, handlebar. So with these three bikes that look somewhat similar, with bayonet mounted forks, everything else kinds of look a bit meh. Like, they don't look as fast. I must say that the Scott Foil is an aerodynamic bike. The front end is nice and thick, it's aerodynamic, but because it doesn't have the bayonet mounted fork, it kind of loses its appeal with the whole aero bike thing. So which is the bike with the most wow factor for you? If I were to give you just these three, the Factor 1, the Y1RS by Colnago, or the Cervelo S5. If all three were there for you right now, which would you pick and why? Fill in the comments below right now. Let me know what bike you would have if money was no object, if it was like free, if you're gonna get a sponsored bike, what would it be? I'll tell you mine right now. Actually, I'm gonna let you guess a few seconds. Which one would I go for? Okay, time is up. I would go for the Factor 1. Now, you might be going, "Oh, Nat, you're just going with the whole fad, aren't you?" Not exactly. I think, for what it's worth, Factor has really stepped outside of the box to design a bike that really turns heads. I think the last time that this happened before the Y1 RS was actually when Pinarello released the Pinarello F series, the F8. From the Dogma 60.5 Think 2 to the F8, that was one huge transition. The bike looked nothing like anything else in the peloton back then. I still remember when Team Sky rode that for the first time. Bradley Wiggins had won the Tour in a Pinarello Dogma 65.1 Think 2. And then out came the F8. Highly coveted bike. And it was also beautiful. Well, with the front wavy fork, the aerodynamic lines, the very squared up down tubes, that was cutting edge at that time. Even the forks had the little airfoils at the bottom. Pretty different and pretty wild. And Factor has managed to do the same. I would say that the Y1 RS did have its wow factor, but like it or not, the Y1 RS, as much as it turned the heads of the cycling community, it hasn't really captured the imagination as much as Factor has. Somehow Factor has managed to get its game right. And so I applaud Factor for doing that. Well, here's why I would get the Factor. Number one, I run short cranks. Having short cranks and having a slightly lower BB means a better center of gravity, lower center of gravity, which means that you feel lower to the ground, just like a nice sports car. You also feel it should be more stable. I haven't ridden one, but just thinking about it, I should feel more stable at speed. The slightly longer wheelbase would also help with stability at speed. Not as nimble perhaps, but then again, in road racing, how technical are you gonna get? It's not BMX, it's not CX, it's not mountain biking for sure. It's fast road course, and even the really technical ones, well, you don't need to do a U-turn within like a small space anyway. It's a bike made for speed. I'd like to think that I can go fast. I'm sure lots of people go faster than I do, but if you can't go fast, you look fast. So I think the Factor 1 really does look fast. I guess another reason why I would go for the Factor 1 as well, I like something unique, and so it was a hard toss-up between the Y1 RS and the Factor 1. But what's really going for me for the Factor 1 is the fact that it looks super aero. It's really different and unique. I personally like it, even though the first time I saw it, it was that Bugatti blue one that was leaked online. It made the blue look so horrible. The color and the word Bugatti, it made me want to puke. But when I actually saw the Factor 1 in person, it actually grew on me. Yeah, so anyway, that's my blog for today. I'm gonna read your comments below, and we're gonna have a chat about, which you would pick, which is the nicest aero bike out there, the one with the most wow factor, and why. Thanks guys for watching. I hope to be back on the road in a week or two. My right side still hurts a little bit, and my hip as well. The bruising is not fully gone. I hit the deck pretty hard and it still hurts in my ribs. So apart from that, thanks for watching guys. Thanks again, and much love from me to you. Stay safe, stay upright, and I'll see you in the next one.